Okay.
I was very, very impressed, and this is going to be my little introduction, my back introduction to Zion from my perspective. I was doing research a year ago at the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Egyptian wing, and actually made one of the most important discoveries for my new paper, which is it's basically my third installment of what will be my PhD thesis. And I just happened upon this very well-spoken African-American professor who, I mean, it took me less than a minute to catch certain things that he was saying about chronology, certain points that he was making about Egyptian history. And clearly he represented something Torah-wise, I don't know, but it really caught my ear. And then I actually had the chutzpah in Hebrew means the nerve, to actually very, politely interject and try to correct him a little on his Hebrew.
That's a fact. You did.
And on a particular fact that I definitely mentioned that I was quite impressed with certain points that he was saying that he understood. And what I saw, to me, right there, just cut across everything. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what your philosophy is. But here he is with his people, his students, and he actually gave me the floor for a couple of minutes and actually asked me a few questions, not only allowed me to interrupt, but actually welcomed the interruption. And what I saw there is a midah. Midah in Hebrew is a character trait.
Okay.
Extremely rare, of just humility. And I connected the two. The fact that, he clearly has an understanding into Egyptian history that is hard to find, even among degreed academics, and humility. Literally just looking for someone who can sharpen him. Even if he's not going to agree with that person, he's looking for that, those one or two points on which he can be perfected. And just right away, I think we recognized kindred spirits. So this has nothing to do with religious politics or anything.
None of that, right?
It's just one lover of history and Torah to another.
That's right. That's right. It's ironic that, you began your discourse here by familiarizing this community with how you and I became acquainted, how we met. And as you stated, we certainly met at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I was at the very tail end of the tour. We had actually lost a number of people. The tour started off really big, but my tour is about 3 to 4 hours. So everyone's not a long distance runner. So some people left after the first hour and a half. So by the time that we see you, and I just want to tell everybody this, because the place that we met was remarkable to mention too. We're in the Sheikh Anti-Diop room, which is the origins of civilization, the African origins of civilization. That is the room that we met in. And we began to discourse because it was in that room that we were looking up at the ceiling where they had the vast chronology, that we began to talk about the chronology of all of these ancient peoples of the world. And you certainly took notice. You even interjected. You made corrections. You were open to some of my views. And we promised one another that we would not forget this day and that we would continue to build upon our initial meeting by having a conversation someday. And here we